blocks opposing each other. For Ireland to be involved in a military action, one of those military blocks, the triple lock is so important to us. Ursula von der Leyen quite countries on the basis of military tensions. So already they're transitioning the EU into a military bloc against the wishes of the people. And that's really, really important. Loud and clear, this government must understand the people fully oppose any diminution of Irish neutrality. Ireland has a strong record of peace. We have one of the most successful peace processes in the world here in Ireland, thank God. We are experts in terms of peace negotiations and peace processes. We have a strong anti-colonial history here in this country. We have missionaries who have gone to practically every country in the world to help build their countries. Irish people are well got the world over. If we have a competitive advantage, that competitive advantage is actually in terms of peace development. It's a muscle that this government has never used ever before, and it frustrates me. They've stood idly by in terms of Gaza. They've stood idly by in terms of Ukraine. But look at Norway. Norway developed the Oslo Peace Accord as a small country to try and broker peace between Israel and Palestine. So other small countries have made efforts to do the job of peace development, but this country hasn't. We need to do far more to utilize our honest broker reputation all over the world. One of the big frustrations I have at this moment is the government talks about defending Ireland. This government is the biggest threat to the Irish defence system in this country. This government have underfunded men and women who work in our defence forces for decades. We have one of the lowest numbers of actually soldiers and Navy personnel in our history at the moment. Soldiers are staying their night in cars because they don't have the income to be able to pay for rent and housing in this country at the moment. That's what this country thinks is defence forces. We are only able to float one Navy ship in this country at the moment. It's incredible stuff. The majority of our Navy ships are tied up currently because we're not investing the necessary money to be able to staff them. This government is not looking after the defence of this country at all. A couple of years ago, we had a major cyber attack on the HSE. People will remember that. That cyber attack cost about €100 million and cost lives and the health of dozens and dozens of people in this country. Now, before the cyber attack happened, the National Cyber Security Centre received an investment of €5 million. You might think that was a big chunk of change, but compare it to this. Neil Hall-Martin's department of the Taoiseach spent €15 million the same year on press statements. So they spent €5 million on the National Cybersecurity Centre and €15 million on press statements in just one department. That's what they think is the defence of this country. If this government wants to defend our country, invest in our men and women and our defence forces. If this government even thinks about changing the triple lock, you better ask the people first in the ballot box.
Missed it. Missed it.
I am faith with strength in peacekeeping. Our next speaker is Roger Cole, who's founder and chair of Peace and Neutrality Alliance, founded in 1980.
Keep going now.
This is established to advocate for independent Irish foreign policy, to maintain neutrality, and to promote a transform-led organisation through which Ireland should pursue its security concerns.
I have to use this bar because I'm getting a bit old. My knees are getting a bit pissed off. Neutrality is an interesting concept. It was established first by Lord Jones. It's not sort of a new concept altogether. That's because we were part of the Imperial Empire. in favour of Irish economy at all. But of course, the same crowd, they're successful folks. They're just the same. I don't know of a single solitary newspaper in this country that actually advocates supports Irish neutrality. A core value that in public opinion polls after public opinion polls show that the decisive majority of Irish people support Irish neutrality. That's the reality. So every time Fianna Fáil or Fine Gael or whoever they're hanging around and looking for to be a nice friend with the Europeans, they don't talk about it at all. So we're all worried. No, me, they used to be there. I mean, under Fianna Fáil and the under them here, they were actually people by and large, in my opinion, who largely on that issue spoke the truth. One that asked them was the Fianna Fáil party I met was Frank Bacon. And I had nothing but high regard for him because he was genuinely believed in Irish economy itself. That entire generation. But that entire generation has gone. There's a new crowd in power, and they don't believe in it at all. They just want to get better jobs in Europe. And one of the better jobs in Europe that we get is, of course, to support transformation of the European Union into a partnership of independent states, into a single solitary state with an army of its own. But what has happened, which is quite serious, is that the leader of the United States of America has said, I want to have nothing to do with the European Union. And what that means, that will accelerate demands of people who are not loyal to the independent countries which make up the European Union, but the European Union itself. And you can have, from now on in, a massive increase in the number of politicians in different countries, especially Ireland. They get isolated out there somewhere in the Atlantic. You know, I mean, these guys hardly know where Ireland is. It's a very small country. So the only way they can get themselves a better career is giving everything they can to destroy this country. Because they have, the problem is, they have to keep on coming up with this problem that public opinion polls show the vast majority of Irish people support neutrality. But if you never heard on the radio, you never heard on television, if you get very few of them to publish, it's actually quite difficult. I don't think speaking is coming on here. I don't use any questions. You have a problem. You have a problem in knowing, as you stand here, that every single solitary public opinion poll shows Irish people, clear majority, support Irish neutrality. Who were the ones, the great leaders of Irish neutrality, are doing everything they can to lie and put forward changes, almost and say it's nothing to do with neutrality. And all that's just a pack of lies. They are now committed to the destruction of Irish neutrality. So, I mean, it isn't if it's just not going to happen. It is going to happen if they get their way. And meetings organized on this particular, you know, a pretty good leader as well, by the way. Now, so it's not what we want. We want to know that we're not some kind of idiots trying to do this. We actually have the vast majority of our people actually want. And it's not just going to turn off really now. It's also what's happening in Europe. Here's what's happening between Europe and America. That there will be increasing demand for Ireland to join and build a European army. Of course, we're all European now, don't forget. You know, it's not Irish or French or German or whatever you call it. They really believe this stuff. The people who rule, who are the actual rulers of the European Union. So works for them. Well,
Thank you, Roger. All the hard work of all the jurors, all the standing before the establishment of the was organizing protests against the Iraq war. We had the biggest in Ireland, the biggest casualty per capita in the world. Actually, Roger took a booklet here tonight as well. We have some copies, but we can get more. It's important that all of us are aware of all the arguments. You're going to hear many. This tent is on a mission here, and we want to stop them with this. Every time we hear something, fact check them, because we know they're being disingenuous. We know the arguments of the nation. So we have a duty to respond each time we come on. We also will organize a few meetings around the country as well. So to spread the word, use your social media, use opportunities like letter writing, other social media to keep this issue front and center. And let the government know how important Ireland trust is this issue. Let's keep up the work.
That must be it. I did come up late, so. Look up, Elf. Huh? What are they doing? Well, I think the party's over. That's it. It's time to log off this. As we get a lefty just past us there. Communist. struggle. Not too noisy, not too quiet. Well, the viewers are picking up, but the party's over, so you missed it. No hostility here, though. That's not yet. No to the triple lock, yeah. That's about. There was a few Palestinians there, all dressed up, wrapped up in their usual. Be careful what I say here. Your usual clothes. Life, unity, justice. And that's it up there. See the poster? Rally for peace and neutrality. Triple lock, protect the triple lock. Don't want our soldiers going to foreign countries. Our soldiers can keep them as peacekeepers. But that's changing. Well, they're trying to change. Hold on a minute. That's it, Paddy Frank. Can't be bothered moderating that. I'm not going to be here long. Oof, man. Anyway, I might take a ramble in the town. Check out that fucking park at night time, or what do you call it? That oh yeah, I won't say on here. Particular park down in town. It's dangerous, full of fucking scum. See what's happening. It's unstable for you. Is she okay? What is that? Look at a teddy bear in the back of the bag, look. Hanging off. Silly bobs. This thing here, that. Many there, Dublin Ghost. Just what you can hear, look. I'd say got that bunch there, it's about 20 there, 40, I'd say about 100. I didn't get any hostility, and I didn't get any shit. Probably don't recognize me. I'm not famous enough. Nah. I have to give it a shot, more famous. AONTU, I don't know too much about AONTU, but I know that if you did have to pick a main party, I suppose, which I wouldn't, but if you did have to pick a main party, you'd be picking that. I know, but I wouldn't be picking that. But they split from Sinn Féin, didn't they? They had that sort of thinking. They're not that bad though. I don't know a whole lot about them. Might go on the town here. Keep alive on. Here we go. Look, more. This lot here look like the real Palestine people, not the jokers you get in the protests. And here's a joker with that scarf. What is it? Tifa's scarf. This yoke here. Just pretend to move away, but I'm not. That's a joker. And that's the real deal, I'd say. Right. No funny looks at me yet. I'm gonna go now, you know. This shit. Ah. Who's that there? No, sorry. Well, you know what? I'll get bored looking at them. Let's look at these again. What do they turn up for? Huh? Suppose. I don't know. I know who it is, Dublin Ghost. I know. I know who it is. She told me there the other night. I'm not going to say it on here though. Do you know that person you refused to like, Sean? Is he being smart? Or is he? I don't know what he is. Who is? There go the Pally group. Bye-bye. Right, it's going to jump off this.